There are 4 items that should never be had for breakfast, and there are 4 that should be consumed on a daily basis. Your breakfast can be quietly killing your body, yet the vast majority of elderly people are completely unaware of this fact. A number of the most popular nutritious meals consumed in the morning have been related to rapid muscle loss, dips in blood sugar levels, and a deterioration in cognition. Every morning, millions of elderly people begin their day by eating a breakfast that is inadvertently causing significant harm to their health, a routine that is beneficial to one's health. What is the most terrifying aspect? It is estimated that 98% of elderly citizens over the age of 60 consume at least one of these harmful meals on a weekly basis, without even being aware of it. And once the damage has begun, it does not stop. So what is the good news? It is possible to entirely reverse this. A recent study has demonstrated that by substituting a single detrimental breakfast food with the appropriate one, it is possible to enhance physical strength, decrease inflammation, and even reverse the deterioration in memory. Based on alarming scientific information that you have probably never seen before, we will unveil in this video the 4 breakfast items that senior citizens should never touch and the 4 that you must eat every day. These meals will be ordered in exact order of hazard and benefit according on the research, as well as the most popular food for breakfast. In just 8 weeks, it was found to reduce inflammatory indicators by 52%, according to a recent study. It is being consumed by almost no one. Every single information that is presented in this movie is supported by actual scientific evidence. There are no guesses. There is no filler. Just studies that have been examined by other researchers and conducted on older citizens like you. Moreover, the description includes links to each and every reference. First things first. Before we get started, please let us know in the comments where you are watching us from. Each and every one of them is being read and responded to by us. We would be very interested in learning how far this truth is spreading. Now that we have that out of the way, let's move on to the 4th risky breakfast item, which is a frequent morning snack that has the potential to subtly cause muscle loss and inflammation on a daily basis. This is the 4th. Oatmeal packets that are instant. They give off an innocent appearance. The phrase "heart healthy" is printed straight on the packaging. On the other hand, instant oatmeal packets are among the worst things that a senior citizen can have for breakfast. The rationale is not complicated. Ultra-processing has been applied to them. The oats have been broken down to such a degree that your body is able to digest them practically rapidly, resulting in a surge of sugar in your bloodstream within a matter of minutes. The majority of packages contain more than 18 grams of sugar in each serving. In addition, maltodextrin, a processed carbohydrate that causes an increase in insulin levels even more quickly than glucose does. When you consume this right at the beginning of the day, your body immediately flies into a state of panic. Blood sugar levels plummet. Insulin levels swell. After only an hour or two, everything comes to a complete and total halt. When you first began, you felt jittery, exhausted, and even more hungry than you do now. It is exceedingly hazardous for elderly people to ride this roller coaster. According to the findings of a study that was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, younger persons who began their day with a meal that was high in glycemic index had 47% greater levels of inflammation throughout the subsequent 6 hours. This indicates that the damage will remain for a considerable amount of time after you have done eating. Additionally, recurrent rises in blood sugar levels in the morning have been associated to a 40% increased risk of insulin resistance over the course of time. This is a clear route to developing prediabetes and type 2 diabetes, particularly in older persons whose insulin sensitivity is already lower than average. If you have a genuine passion for oats, there is a way to consume them without risking your health. Nevertheless, you will need to create your own using steel-cut oats that are whole and unprocessed. Get rid of the packets. Let your oats soak for a whole night. Cook them at a low temperature. Sugar should never be added. It is not the intention to begin your day with a metabolic explosion that leaves your body reeling. Rather, the idea is to begin your day slowly and steadily. Third in all, yogurt cups with seasonings. Healthiness is a selling point for them. They offer to provide you with probiotics, calcium, and a smooth beginning to your day. However, flavored yogurt cups could be considered one of the most deceptive metabolic traps for elderly people. The sugar content of these miniature plastic cups is frequently higher than that of a candy bar. As little as one serving might include as much as 22 grams of added sugar certain brands provide. First thing in the morning, you had more than 5 tablespoons of sugar. This is a significant amount of sugar. Furthermore, it is not simply the sugar. The majority of these yogurts contain artificial sweeteners, synthetic flavoring agents, thickening gums, and even food dyes, all of which are known to cause inflammation and alter the health of the gut. This is a severe matter for senior citizens. In a study that was published in the Journal of Gerontology, it was shown that older citizens who ingested high-sugar dairy products for breakfast reported a 34% increase in inflammatory markers such as CRP and IL-6 within only 2 hours. Because of the nature of the inflammation, it is not merely unpleasant. Those tissues are harmed. Immunity is weakened as a result. When it comes to older persons, it has a strong connection to the acceleration of the process of cognitive decline, as well as muscle wasting. Even those that claim to be low in fat are a double-edged sword. In order to compensate for the flavor that is lost when fat is removed, sugar is typically added. It's a lose-lose situation. Fat plays an important role in the regulation of blood sugar and the promotion of nutritional absorption, both of which are essential in the elderly body. You should switch to plain Greek yogurt if you are a fan of yogurt. This is not milk. It is not strawberry. Simply put, plain. Also, you can add some of your own fruit or a teaspoon of cinnamon. All of the protein is yours. The probiotics are yours to keep. In addition, you avoid the metabolic disarray that is generally associated with flavored products. The modification might not appear significant, yet it will have a colossal impact. When you are attempting to safeguard your brain, your energy, and your blood sugar first thing in the morning, this is especially important. The second place, cereals for breakfast, even the healthy ones. This is the most deceptive breakfast product that has ever been marketed to older citizens. The majority of morning cereals, including those that are branded as multigrain, bran, or high fiber, are not only highly processed, but also loaded with sugar and have lost their nutritious value. It is possible that they appear to be in good health on the outside of the box, while the truth is quite different on the inside. The grains that are used to make these cereals have been refined and then pulverized into carbohydrates that are easily digested. When sweeteners, chemicals, and synthetic vitamins are used in a product, the result is a product that causes a surge in blood sugar levels, but does not provide any genuine sustenance. Research published in the British Medical Journal demonstrates that consuming processed breakfast cereals is associated with a 21% increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes, particularly in individuals who are of advanced age. People who drank cereal as their primary source of breakfast had a 36% higher chance of gaining belly obesity around the age of 60, according to another data that was derived from the Nurses' Health Study. However, this is not solely about weight. Hormonal activity is seen by abdominal fat. Additionally, it raises the risk of having a stroke by releasing inflammatory substances that cause the breakdown of muscle tissue. This implies that each time you start your day by pouring a bowl of cereal and adding milk, you are beginning your day with a chemical cocktail that causes inflammation in your body, slows down your metabolism, and creates the conditions for the development of chronic diseases. Even cereals that are promoted as having no added sugar frequently include fruit juice concentrate or malt extract. both of which have deleterious effects on the gastrointestinal tract. What is the most terrible aspect? Cereal is frequently chosen by elderly people who have dentures or dental problems because of its smooth texture. Nevertheless, this comfort in the short run might lead to damage in the long term. You have better options available to you if you are looking for something that is simple and quick. These possibilities include those that control blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and protect your strength. A cereal, however, is not a nit. The opposite is true. Having this breakfast habit is among the most risky behaviors that an older adult can engage in. Is the first. The most common error that older citizens continue to make when it comes to breakfast is eating white toast with margarine or jam. It can appear that white toast topped with margarine or jam is not harmful. It is uncomplicated, inexpensive, and has a classic vibe. One of the most destructive blows to your metabolism, your brain, and your muscles is delivered by this combination, and it all takes place before 9 o'clock in the morning. White bread is made entirely of starch. There is no fiber, minerals, or anything else that could slow down digestion in this product. You will experience a surge in your blood sugar within minutes of eating it, just as if you had just had a can of soda. The addition of margarine that is packed with industrial seed oils such as soybean or canola creates a concoction of oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. After that, sprinkle some jam on top, and you will be consuming concentrated sugar on a sponge made of manufactured fat. A study that was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition discovered that older persons who consumed refined bread that included trans fats on a regular basis had a risk of cognitive impairment that was 48% higher over a period of 5 years. This type of breakfast was found to promote blood sugar oscillations, which in turn reduced insulin sensitivity by 34% in persons over the age of 60, according to another study that was published in the European Journal of Endocrinology. It's not simply about energy crashes that happen in the short term. The consumption of this kind of breakfast causes damage to the walls of your blood vessels over time, which in turn weakens your immune system and causes your muscles to atrophy as a result of chronic inflammation. Even if you don't feel it right now, your body is experiencing it. The impact is not audible, but is significant. In addition, if you want to preserve your autonomy and movement, you should absolutely abstain from consuming this cuisine. Even toast made with whole wheat is not a foolproof option for everyone, particularly if you have a sensitivity to gluten or have difficulty maintaining control of your blood sugar levels. Even though it is the single most harmful breakfast that older citizens can consume, the combo of white toast, margarine, and jam is nevertheless offered on a daily basis at homes and nursing institutions. Now, let's shift gears and move on to the 4 foods that seniors are required to consume every day for breakfast. These are not only beneficial to your health, but they have also been shown to reduce inflammation, increase your energy levels, safeguard your muscles, and provide fuel for your brain. Let's begin with the 4th item on the list and go through the specific activities that your body has been lacking each morning. In 4th place, we have chia seed pudding. There are a lot of people who are surprised by this one, but it is one of the simplest and most effective breakfasts that you can add to your morning routine, particularly if you are over the age of 60. Even though they are quite small, chia seeds offer a significant amount of nutritious value. In the process of being soaked in water or plant-based milk for an entire night, they transform into a gel-like pudding that provides consistent, controlled energy as well as profound cellular support. As a result of their high fiber and omega-3 content, they are truly magical. 10 grams of fiber and 4 grams of omega-3 fatty acids, which suppress inflammation, can be obtained from just 2 tablespoons. This is of the utmost importance for senior citizens. According to the findings of a study that was published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging, older persons who consumed higher amounts of soluble fiber had 39% better insulin sensitivity, and those who drank omega-3 on a daily basis had a 30% lower risk of muscle degeneration. Even digestion is slowed down by chia seeds. In other words, your blood sugar will gradually increase and remain constant for a number of hours. There were no crashes, and there was no mental fog. Simply sustained clarity and vigor. In addition, the gelatinous texture promotes gut health by providing nourishment to beneficial bacteria, which is an underappreciated factor that aids in improved nutrient absorption and immunological function in bodies that are getting older. The preparation of this dish requires nothing more than soaking 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and a half cup of almond milk or coconut milk in the refrigerator for a full night. The next morning, give it a toss and sprinkle some cinnamon or a few berries on top. Cooking is not required. Chewing is not a bother, and there is no surge in blood sugar. It's the kind of meal that quietly works behind the scenes, assisting your joints, brain, and muscles without ever being too much for your digestion to handle. This is the ideal way to begin the day for senior citizens who are looking for methods that are both straightforward and powerful. Before we go any further, I want to say that I am aware that you guys spend a lot of time on YouTube. I hope that you will make the effort to open your phone and search for my channel. Subscribe, follow, and engage with this video to learn more about wise senior health. Third and all, smoothies made with baby beets or beetroot. The majority of people do not consider beets to be a breakfast item. This one food, however, has the potential to significantly alter the way in which your blood flows, the way in which your muscles work, and even the way in which your brain operates. Beets contain a high concentration of nitrates, which are naturally occurring chemicals. When you consume them, your body transforms those nitrates into nitric oxide, which is a gas that expands blood vessels and increases circulation. This is of the utmost importance for senior citizens. As we get older, our blood flow lessens. In other words, oxygen, nutrients, and hormones pass through the body at a slower rate with this condition. There is a slower rate of muscle healing. Insufficient fuel is being supplied to the brain. You are depleted of energy, hazy, and feeble. The beets, however, alter that. Researchers found that senior citizens who drank beetroot juice first thing in the morning experienced a 21% improvement in muscle oxygenation during exercise and a 19% increase in walking speed. The findings of this study were published in the Journal of Gerontology. Another study conducted by Wake Forest University discovered that eating breakfasts that were rich in beets enhanced brain function in older persons in just 4 days. This improvement was particularly noticeable in the frontal lobe, which is responsible for memory and decision-making. That is not merely a suggestion. This is a legitimate and observable shift. You also do not have to consume beets in their raw form. If you want to give your body the nitrate boost it needs, all you need to do is make a simple beet smoothie with half a cup of cooked beets, water, and a touch of lemon. If you consume it 30 to 60 minutes before engaging in physical exercise, you will notice a difference in your energy and stamina levels. It has a flavor that can be described as earthy. However, combining it with berries or a banana makes it more pleasurable without reducing the benefits it offers. One simple adjustment can help older folks walk with greater mobility, feel more alert, and keep muscle fibers alive for a longer period of time, and it all begins with making breakfast. 2. Eggs that have been reared in pasture eggs have been subjected to harsh criticism for many years. But contemporary research conveys a quite different tale, particularly for older citizens. Eggs that have been reared in pasture are among the most complete and nutrient-dense foods that you may have first thing in the morning. They contain a rare combination of vitamins like B12, D, choline, and selenium, all of which are essential for the maintenance of healthy muscles, memory, and metabolism as one gets older. Additionally, they contain high-quality protein and healthy fats. About 6 grams of protein that can be absorbed can be found in a single big egg. After the age of 60, this is more important than it has ever been. According to the findings of a study that was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older citizens who began their day with carbohydrates alone had 45% less muscle mass over the course of time than those who began their day with at least 25 grams of protein. What's more, it's not just the protein. Eggs are a good source of choline, a chemical that helps maintain healthy neurotransmitters and protects the brain from shrinkage that has been associated with aging. The vast majority of elderly people are lacking in it, and eggs are the most natural supply of it. In addition, compared to conventional eggs, pasture-raised eggs contain higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin D. This is because the chickens are fed a natural diet and are allowed to spend time outside. The degrees of inflammation and bone strength are both significantly altered as a result of this. The manner in which you prepare your eggs is also important. It is best to avoid frying them in oils that cause inflammation, such as canola or vegetable oil. Instead, prepare them in a gentle manner using grass-fed butter, olive oil, or even poaching them in water by poaching them. There are a number of excellent preparation methods that help to maintain the nutrients and facilitate digestion, including scrambling, soft boiling, and over-easy. Eggs are a delectable, satiating, and risk-free food option for individuals who have trouble chewing or swallowing. Few diets are as beneficial and adaptable as this one, and it is especially useful for older citizens who are attempting to rebuild strength, protect their memory, and age with stability. It's not just breakfast, actually. It is a basis for maintaining health over the long term. Here's the first. This is the single most important breakfast meal that elderly citizens should be eating on a daily basis. It is not the kinds of blueberries that are huge and watery that you buy in plastic tubs. We are referring to wild blueberries that are small and dark in color, and they are the kind that are loaded with rich antioxidants and chemicals that aid in brain function. These berries are not only deliciously sweet, these supplements are a form of medicine that can help your muscles, memory, and metabolism. Anthocyanins are a category of plant molecules that have been found to reverse the effects of oxidative stress, reduce inflammation, and even repair aging brain tissue. Wild blueberries have high levels of anthocyanin concentrations. After consuming just 1 cup of wild blueberries every morning for a period of 90 days, senior citizens who participated in a groundbreaking study that was published in the journal Nutrients demonstrated significant increases in their memory and attention span. And further study that was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated that older persons who had wild blueberries in their breakfast had a 50% reduction in the levels of inflammatory biomarkers in their bodies. Unheard of is the number in question. Antioxidants are not the only topic at hand here. Furthermore, these berries assist in enhancing blood flow to the brain and muscles, which in turn improves coordination, energy levels, and the body's ability to recuperate from physical exercise. Seniors will experience fewer falls, improved cognitive abilities, and increased independence as a result of this. Rather of utilizing large blueberries that have been farmed, the idea is to use frozen or fresh wild blueberries. The wild ones are much more compact, darker, and contain a significantly higher concentration of active chemicals. You may make a smoothie out of them, sprinkle them on top of the manchia pudding, or mix them with plain traditional Greek yogurt. The flavor is substantial, and the effect is even more substantial. Without causing a spike in your blood sugar, they safeguard your cells, provide nourishment to your brain, and provide fuel for your muscles. Even if you only make one change to your morning routine this year, make it this one. Because there is nothing that works faster or more effectively than a handful of wild blueberries. First thing in the morning for senior citizens who are attempting to defend what is most important to them. You are now witness to the reality. It is possible for breakfast to either strengthen your body or gradually weaken it. and the change is felt almost immediately by senior citizens. The use of inappropriate meals, such as instant oatmeal, sweetened yogurt, processed cereal, or white bread with margarine, might cause more than just an increase in blood sugar levels. They bring up a genuine irritation. The joints are harmed by them. They make your muscles less strong. Furthermore, over time, they will rob you of your strength and independence. However, you do not have to allow that to take place, for the reason that the appropriate foods, such as chia pudding, beet smoothies, pasture-raised eggs, and wild blueberries, have the ability to heal the damage, provide fuel for your recovery, and provide your body with the nutrients it requires to remain smart, stable, and strong long into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Not at all. These are tendencies. These are remedies that are supported by scientific evidence. For each and every study that is referenced in this movie, real seniors, genuine results, and real transformations were involved. If you are interested in conducting your own research, the links to all of the studies are provided in the description that follows. This is not a free-form guess. Nutrition with a purpose is what it is. At this point, it is your turn. Which one of the foods that you eat for breakfast are you planning to switch out this week? Leave a comment below and let us know. Everyone is read by us. Click the like button if you have gained any new knowledge today so that more elderly citizens can discover this information that could change their lives. Remember to subscribe to receive additional weekly videos that will assist you in remaining stronger for a longer period of time. You may not realize how much importance your mornings hold. Make the proper decisions right now, and your body will be grateful to you for the rest of the day. Write down your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below and share them with us. We appreciate you watching.